There we go. Yep. Yep. Hello, everybody. Hello. Boy, I finally did it. I did what you asked me to do. Everyone being like, hey, Fox, are you gonna try Fellowship? Are you gonna try Fellowship? It's like Mythic Keystones without keystones. It's like World of Warcraft, but all the bad parts removed. Fine, I did it. And you know what? You were right. It's pretty good, I have to say. I got it on Saturday, and that's all I've been doing all weekend. Just, like in casual 16 straight hours. Fine. It's totally healthy. We won't be having any troubles with this game at all. It is still in early access, so there are some edges that need to be smoothed out, but overall, this is a fantastic game if you are a Mythic Keystone enjoyer from World of Warcraft. If you like pushing keys, this is definitely for you. You'll just settle right in. It's very intuitive. I'm just waiting for, I think, 1 or 2 more people to show up, and then we'll get some dungeons going. You know what the heck is... You're here! You know what this is. Don't be coy. Don't pretend like you don't know. Don't pretend like you don't understand. Too silly. It's good for content, but still. I appreciate the engagement, but, Come on. Be real here. They have, what do we have here? We have a whole bunch of classes. Like I said, this game is Mythic Keystones without all the bullshit that WoW has. You can just pick your hero. We got 2 tanks, Sword and Board tank, and we got a monk. We got a frost mage. We got an arms warrior. We got a rogue. We have an archer dude. We got a fire mage, a druid healer and summoner, and then your typical cleric type healer. And you can just pick up and play them. You get your abilities as you play through the dungeon, abilities and talents, a whole bunch of unlocks, mounts basically right away. Everything that made doing keystones annoying in World of Warcraft doesn't exist here. The only little bit of nonsense that I found so far is, since your rank is tied to each character, you're gonna have to go through this progression tree for every single one, and you only get every single ability unlocked once you do like 9 dungeons. Kinda sucks. You can blast through them pretty quick on Quick Play, appropriately named. But, like I said, early access, they'll iron stuff out like that. Yes. Got everything you like. There's no professions, there's no leveling, there's no story. I mean, there's an opening cutscene, but I skipped that. Scrapping equipment. Scrapping equipment is really nice. You get a ton of return value for all your upgraded stuff, which encourages you to use the resources because they're not actually going to waste. There's no FOMO, at least not yet. I don't know anything about the gems or craftsmen, whatever. Bunch of custom mounts, custom skins too. I'm not actually super keen on how the characters look. They kind of look showy. I don't know how to say it. They're trying to emulate the Warcraft style, but it's they lack edge? I don't know. They feel very soft. Hard to explain. Maybe it's the lighting that's wrong? Everything's so chunky. Like I'm in Duplo world. But they have time to sort all that stuff out. The soundtrack also kind of a miss. Very generic. It's very not there. Barely hear it right now. Just soft fantasy background nonsense, and it doesn't get very exciting in dungeons, which is disappointing because there's not much else to listen to in dungeons. Play your own music, I suppose. But I remember a lot of the Battle for Azeroth dungeons because of their soundtracks, because of how bombastic and exciting the music of the dungeon was. It left a really good impression. And I still think that the Battle for Azeroth mythics are the best mythics that Blizzard has ever put out. This isn't HOTS. This isn't WoW. It's almost WoW. It's almost there. It's a bit of a sidestep. It is Keystone Dungeons without the Keystone Dungeons. As you can see. You got your whole different ratings, little affixes, the timers and such. What I like about the affixes in particular is they're not all bad. For example, Carnage right here, all incoming damage applies a bleed for 6% of damage taken on all heroes divided evenly. When the hero gets healed above 90%, the bleed is removed. It's also dispellable. However, because we get this bleed, heroes heal for 10% of all damage dealt by any hero divided evenly in the group. And when a boss is defeated, heroes gain an additional 2.5 healing from damage dealt. So in the capstone dungeons, which have multiple bosses, you get a stacking healing buff. And for all the other dungeons, which only take like 10-15 minutes, there's only one boss, you just get lifesteal, 10% lifesteal. It is not free to play. Up here in the Great White North, it was 35 Monopoly dollars. But I think my American friends have it for like 25 real dollars. There's no subscription. There's no subscription fee. It is... Oh, I'm gonna glaze this game for a while. I love it to pieces. You have no idea. I just settled right in. It was like riding a bike. If you loved and were good, or just like to do Mythic Plus dungeons, it's definitely worth a shot. Even just to look at it, which is what we're gonna do here. I'm just gonna showcase it a little bit once my group logs in. Got 3 out of 4 right now. 2 DPS, 1 tank, 1 heals. I'm gonna sound the trumpets real quick here. Yeah, it's early access, so get your foot in the door. Let me just bother someone real quick here. Get them up and running. It's the Swedish version of WoW, actually. The developer is Chief Rebel, which I tried to look up what else they did, but I couldn't find anything today. Oh, do your own Google searches. I can't do everything for you. Actually, while we wait, let's just do one. What gear do you need? Gear do you need? Let's do one. Do you want to do an adept? Do we even bother with the adept? Don't have a full party? We could pug. I don't really care. I pugged extraordinarily well in World of Warcraft. Not to toot my own horn, but I got up to, what was it, top 2,000 or something mages in the world? Top 2,000? Yep. Which, I mean, doesn't really say that much, but only 2,000 people ahead of me. Not terrible. Not adept yet? Okay, we'll do a warm-up. Why not? While we wait. Contender. Markets it is, okay. Sorry, homie. Person might leave because we're not doing the progression dungeon. Let's see. One thing to note is a lot of this game lacks feedback. No real impact to the abilities. There's no real notice when you're like taking damage and stuff. It's very much like unmodded Keystone. Not very clear what's happening at all times. Go. We take out the slaver, and we can hit that totem. I think and get our cooldowns back. Yes, we can. There we go. This dungeon has 2 bosses in the middle, and it's just ringed by mobs. That. Dot it up. I'm playing the fire mage. So I dot things up, and once I get a whole bunch of mobs burning, I push my dots do more damage button, and then I push my other dots do more damage button. That's what that little sassy snap is. I gotta do a little snap, snap, snap. You burn now. It's very Roy Mustang. The learning curve? It's hard for me to say because I did a lot of mythics. So I'm I slotted right into this. I would say quick match and adept are pretty easy. Like just the tier where you learn how to play, and then the tier where you start on the progression roster. I'd say those are pretty easy. I definitely noticed a jump in difficulty going from contender to adept, which is like going from, I don't know, silver to bronze, I guess. It's doable. They definitely made this game with like mythic players in mind. Come on, come on, come on. Patrol back here. Got fingered a little bit. Totem. Totem, the totem, the totem, the totem. Depends. I know a lot of people are experienced with tab targeting and MMO combat, and this definitely feels like they took their time with it. There's all the little intricacies, like the slide casting. You don't have to completely finish casting your spells before you start moving. Up, up, up. It's a little wordy, I will say. Reading all of your abilities, it's a lot of nonsense. But that's part of the fun. You know, some of us like that. Land.
I will not give up.
Step, step, step. They're burning. It's definitely manageable. I don't think, even though they made this game for like the WoW player audience, I don't think it's unapproachable.
Winter, shield me.
Flame ward.
Especially if you're familiar with the World of Warcraft classes at all. Our main tank here says that the Sword and Board Warrior is like a little prop pally protection warrior mix. I'm definitely feeling the Fire Mage and Destruction Warlock inspiration. The Ice Mage is literally a Spell Slinger Arcane Frost Mage. It's the same fucking thing. Whee!
I feel home.
For these bosses, we need to keep relatively close in movement.
Tremble before my wrath.
If this is your doing, I'll skin you alive.
Relatively close together. Throw my dots are up. Dodge all that stuff. Keep an eye on those vines. Defensive the tantrum. We are burning through caster. Whoop. All these spinny things and a tantrum. Over here. Get back to focusing deeps on the high one.
I'll finish this.
Getting the roots. Ugh. The arena is getting in my way. I did have to adjust a lot of the movement and camera when I first started, but I managed to get it pretty much exactly like how I had it in WoW. Hooray! There, you needed that one. Oh, nobody else kicked in this entire dungeon. What a surprise. The more things change, the more that things stay the same, am I right? Eat. Ah, yes. Every time I move this stupid combat info window over, it always pops back. Driving me crazy. Up, up. Coordinating. Grab you anyway. But yeah, what'd you think of that? Taylor's 4, Sans 4. I'm gonna be playing a hell of a lot of this. Taylor 4, Sans 4. We can't really snipe any dungeon in particular until we have a full group. Yeah. It's coming, it's working. So many people were like, hey, Fox, are you gonna play Fellowship? And I looked at it, and I was like, it looks kind of lame. Looks kind of dumb. They're just trying to ape World of Warcraft. And then that just kept happening for like 2 weeks. And then finally, my IRL buddy was like, you should try Fellowship. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll do it, all right? Okay? I've heard enough. I've heard enough about this Fellowship game. I'll give it a try. And then I played it for like 12 hours straight. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. Oops, I kind of love it. The skins could do a lot better. Okay, like, look at this. This is the default skin. I hid the shoulder pads. I do have a cloak that's not related, that I can't change the color of. I have that hidden. And then the robes that I got for doing good, for being a good boy, huge downgrade. Disgusting. I can kind of adjust trim and stuff. It's not great. Not great. Really? A man of my stature having to wear a dress? Ugh. It's a pretty good base for them to build a game off of. What they have here is already miles ahead of what World of Warcraft was doing. Which should be, because they could look at everything World of Warcraft was doing for, God, however many years it's been. Be like, okay, let's just take away all the garbage. Leave all the nice stuff. Why not? And I feel like going forward, they're going to just add classes, add different characters. They're not actually classes. They're character. Ugh. Give it a moment. The group's still forming. I wish I could just change the color of the actual robe, you know, and not have it be a completely separate skin. Hi, Swirly. Yeah, archetypes. That's a good word. Two more, he says. Boink. Yeah, now I won't be in comms with my group, but I'm pretty observant. I'm pretty aware. At least I like to think so. And I did get high IO rating just through pugs. So, Hello. Hello. Feel fairly confident. Oh, nice. That's a hell of a quest. But you're basically set until max level now. Fire mage as well. Double fire mage. BRC. I haven't completely finished setting up my interface. So if it's a little hard to read, whoops. I apologize. I just got it into a functional state and then started playing. Double fire mage. Double fire mage. See what your gear is. Yeah. They got an arms warrior in this game. He's got this weird auto attack swing timer mechanic. Very strange. This guy right here, walking in front of me. Tommy Turbo. Big ol' arms warrior. He's got a big ol' hammer. He does a bunch of lightning damage, and he's got like rage and fury. And I've seen these guys do tons of damage, but when I've looked at the character, it doesn't seem. Seems a little cumbersome. Seems a little clunky. Ready when you are. Oh yeah, what'd you think? I'm a fan. I'm gonna be glazing this game like crazy. Definitely put a little bit of a hiccup into my my heroes content. Might not get that last video out in time. Halloween. We'll see. Bog standard fire mage.
Damn it.
Of course, right as I step away.